Welcome everybody here for Bitcoin and the monthly candle close, getting a little bit of a pump here to 67,600 for Bitcoin. We're going to break it down. We're going to have some fun. We're going to look at the price action and the little itty bitty candles. The little itty bitty candles. Shout out to all my lovers alive here. Shout out to everyone kicking it on a Friday night for Bitcoin and the monthly candle close. We got to get this monthly candle close done, baby. We can't neglect the monthly candle. It's important. It's a big deal. Too many people overlook the little things and they miss the big ones. The big moves come from the little things. We get the big moves because we watch the little ones. I'll see you in 9 minutos. Daddy Setters in the house, an OG lifer from back of the day. Daddy, baby, what's going on? $67,700 just got tapped. Gonna get a bit of a short squeeze here for Bitcoin. Always seems to be a short squeeze when I come into town. That song was Winded by Jones Meadow. If you ever want to play it and just keep yourself in a good mood to get grinding. This song is pretty cool too. It's also by Jones Meadow. It's called CM Dancin'. CM Dancin'. CM Dancin'. 67,700 for Bitcoin, getting the short squeeze. Some liquidations coming on in here on BOOKMAP. And here we go. Let's jump on into Bitcoin and the monthly candle close, shall we? God bless everybody here tonight. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you. I hope you appreciate me. God bless your time, and thank you so much for being here for Bitcoin and the monthly candle close. We don't fail you. We're here for the weekly, the monthly, the day, every single day. It doesn't matter if we have to do 10 streams a day. We're going to be here to bring it to you live every single time. Shout out to everybody here. This is the channel that does not stop. The GOAT back at it again, said David. God bless you, man. You're going to make me cry. Call me the GOAT like that. I'm a soft man when it comes to compliments. But let's take a look here. 67,690. And let's just take a look at what's happening here for BOOKMAP. We do have some liquidity, some escape liquidity. 69,070K. Could we defy the blob? I've seen it happen. I've seen all the liquidity down here never get touched and we go higher. You never know. Right now, the closest liquidity still is somewhat lower than higher. But we did just do this nice little short liquidation here in the last 10 to 20 minutes. Well, I didn't realize it's already been a month since 57,000. It's been unbelievable. Let's take a look at it. And people still buying up that Bitcoin. You can see Hedera coming in there. Shiba Inu getting bought on there. Litecoin. A lot of Chainlink, and Ethereum. Avalanche getting back in the mix. A lot of Dogecoin. Even some Bitcoin Cash. I have a lot of setups in the trading group. I'm telling you, I've put out 15 or 20 in the last 4 days. All look hot to me. All are getting ready for a move. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. But I don't want to overwork you guys and just pump. But soon I'm going to come back again with a vengeance. And people think it's because I moved less charts. I don't put as many charts, so the market's not that amazing, period. It just coincides with the move. But when this altcoin market starts to rip again, I'm telling you right now, the charts will bombard you to the point of no return. Be happy with your slight... I don't even know if it's a break because there's still so much money to be had out here. Ponky's on my radar. I'm watching it flag. I'd like to see it come back to the 21-day moving average. If it could even come to the 618, so be it. It may never lose this key bounce level here. It might go sideways, but definitely on the radar. Someone brought it up on the live stream here, and there, and it just continued to pump. Ponky, out of control. All right? I'm just telling you. But who cares about Ponky? Right now, it's about BTC, USD, and we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. And the monthly KENDU close. Okay, not going to go too crazy with it. That's for the weekly. You know what I mean? I don't want to steal the weekly shine. Let's take a look at what's happening here on the monthly. If we did look at the monthly, you can see we do have some monthly support or resistance right there at about 61,600. And then another line there at about 58,000. So we had some support around 61K, 61.5 for Bitcoin on the month. We would come and tussle with that support, but never lose it. Bounce back to the upside. And so far, Bitcoin has bounced off that previous high to the upside on the monthly. We are a little far away from the 21, but you can do that for a long period of time until you decide to come on back down. So that's one time frame I'll allow this to space out a little bit here. And you can see the monthly already attempting to open its next candle bullish already. But let's just take a look at what happened and look at it by itself. It opened at 60,672 and 1 cent. The high was 71,979 even. The low was 56,552 and 82 cents. And the candle would close at $67,000, 540 or $67,540 and 1 cent. It would go up $6,868 and 1 cent, up 11.32%, 11% candle for Bitcoin for any asset that's pretty hefty for the month. So it captured 11% of its value back on the month. Has a big wick here, a wick to either side, but still indecision doji. But to me, good enough. Could have been better had we closed. We see we have a monthly resistance at 71.5. 71.5 was resistance here. It became resistance there. That is tweezer top, kind of reversal, but so far we'll see what happens. This month depends. If we close a monthly candle below resistance and support, that'll be no good. So you can see we have support at about 60,000, 60,800. We do never want to see a monthly candle close below that. That's going to be bearish. So let's continue this uptrend here on the monthly for Bitcoin. All right. And that, my friends, is the shit. No, I'm just... and now usually I do the macro weekly analysis, but because I was going to go live today, I decided I would just do that live here. So together, we're going to do the live weekly analysis. All right. So you're going to watch me do it live. All right. I am going to record it. It probably can come out as another video later on, but you're going to see it here. We have a smaller version of people tonight too, because it's out of nowhere. So you guys are going to get the exclusive. All right. So I'm going to be acting. You're going to watch me, not acting, but I'm going to be doing my whole video spiel. So see if I can do this without any mistake. See, they used to call me Sammy One Take. All right, let's see if we can get this done. Hi, my name is Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer, and every single Friday I do the macro weekly technical analysis and break it down for you. And today is no different. You may be watching this on Saturday or throughout the week, but we recorded this on Friday to break it down for you Friday night after the monthly candle close. Wanted to include that for you in this analysis, so I wanted to kind of extend this one a little bit longer than normal for this. So the monthly candle, it went up 6.8. It went up $6,800, but it went up about 11%. It was a very strong monthly candle. What I don't want to see next month, really, in a nutshell, right? It's very simple stuff, but we don't want to see Bitcoin ever close below a monthly candle below 60,000. That's kind of obvious. But, just those are the numbers that we don't want to see us lose here for the monthly. And we want to see this next monthly candle close above resistance, which would be above 71,500. So it doesn't really matter what happens in the next 30 days. Let's just make sure when the 30 days end, all right, and we cap off the entire month of June, which we're about to start, right? And you have started in England and other places in the world. We're behind, right? Even so, Bitcoin, that's why Bitcoin is closed already. But for us, it's still 8 p.m. Just to break it down. But, it will be. Whatever you're watching this, though, the week will be going. So it doesn't matter. But the idea is we want to see the weekly close above 71,500. The monthly. We want to see the monthly close above 71,500. On the macro, we're taking a look at the weekly. And the weekly, it's on its way to closing somewhat bearish. We'd like to see it close above this green candle. We'd like to see it close green and not make tweezer tops right there as well. Another thing, I'll take it, but I'd like to see it close above 67,200. So far, it says it will. That's where it is. But I'd like a green candle above 67,200 would be a big deal. If we close a weekly candle below 67.2, I'm not saying that's the most bearish thing in the world, but I will take that as somewhat of a bearish sign. And then my old 65.5 area that we've been talking about for just such a long time now. But if that area is broken, then we do test 65.5, and then we're talking back to 60K and even that monthly support all over again. So we'll see what happens. But in 2 days, we're going to find out when this weekly candle closes. And that's going to actually tell us a lot. So stay tuned for my weekly candle close on Sunday night. Definitely going to be a big one with a lot of insight as to how that candle ends up closing. The 3-day chart also somewhat bullish today. We were green. Things were looking good. Got a little pullback. This candle was looking a lot nicer earlier, but still in a bit of a flag above the 21. Still tells me that the 3-day is mostly bullish, and the stochastics are in their medium place where they could still rip further to the upside and still have never got above the dotted line yet on their cycle back to the upside. Then we look here at the daily, and the daily's in this, nice little flag, right? Still in a flag. We know resistance. Today we almost did lose the daily resistance here, which is support. We wicked below it, but we would get back above it pretty fast. And we end up closing the daily candle above 67,000. So we would save the day. Let's take a look. That daily candle would open at 68,352. The high was 69. The low was 66,670. And it would close at 67,540, down about $800 on the day. So, and we would start green. It looked pretty nice. Things were looking pretty hefty. It was a big, awesome candle, but we would not close that way on the daily. So a bearish engulfing candle, you can put that in there, and but we did not lose this, the resistance, which is now support. If we lose support, at 67,000, likely we're going to come down and test 65.5, right? Like I said there, and then even 64,000. So, but we'll see. So far, we're holding it. Looking at the 8-hour too, which I'm bullish on as long as we stay above the 200 SMA. And we're in more of like we can be more in a falling wedge that breaks to the upside. So I was bullish here. We got this trade to the upside. I took my profit. Smart thing I did. We end up coming further back to the downside. But the same idea is here. The 4-hour looks like it wants to flip. You know, we just refuse to lose this resistance, support. It's a very, very strong line of contention, which is about 67,125. However, I don't care how bullish we are. Bitcoin's got to show me a break back above 69.4, and then this high here has to be taken out at about 71,500 for me to remain bullish for Bitcoin. But right now, it looks like we could get the move out of here. The bears desperately tried to break this many times, and so far have been unable to do so. We look at the 1 hour, and even the 1 hour, got pretty ugly today with a dip, but ended up getting that bounce back to the upside. It kind of looks, even though it's weird, it kind of looks like somehow, some way, this has to make a bit of a flag, and we're going to have to pump back at least to see if we can get above this 200 MA. If the 1 hour can pump up here and break this yellow line and get above the 200, there's a good chance we have a huge pump coming our way. If we come up and we get rejected like we did today, can't get above it, or right there, like can't get above it, then we would only expect more downside back to the bottom of the channel. So we'll see what happens. Right now, the 1 hour is attempting its vengeance back to the upside. Let's see if we can continue that move. It looks unlikely, and we even have a local resistance at 67.8, 70 there. And I would say, okay, can we break above the 200 on the 15 and the 7-minute first? 1 minute is attempting to get back above the 200 SMA and make a little bit of a flag right now for a scalp, but I don't love to scalp on Friday nights. But the 1 minute does look like it could make a bit of a move. But this is your macro analysis. Don't really want to get too deep into it. What you really want to see is you don't want to see the daily close a candle below 67,000. That will spell, that things are starting to change and that we broke this support. All right. Next thing we want to look at is going to be the total market cap and all of cryptocurrency. The total market cap is going to give us a bit of insight as to kind of what's happening. And the last time we had it in that little flag, right? And that's what I said, is it looks like we're going to make a bit of a flag and continue. So far, that flag has just continued. That's all we've seen. We didn't get the pump yet, but we did get the consolidated price action to the side, and we came where? To the 21-day moving average on the daily. Same thing here, resistance, support. This is that level for Bitcoin. So we don't want to lose 2.4 trillion. We lose 2.4 trillion, then we're talking to move back to 2.26 into this choppy area here again. I'd like to see us even 2 or 3 more days we can hang on and then get a break to the upside Monday. Could we wait could it go 4 more days? There's a chance and we get the Monday night, Tuesday pump. But we really want to make sure that the total market cap gets this move further to the upside. And then we break this high here at $2.57 trillion. All right. We look at total 3, and that's the total market cap of all the altcoins, excluding, right, Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you can see it's getting very tight here on the moving averages. All eyes on this right now. This breaks this bottom trend line and starts to drop, comes to the 200 SMA. Okay, that could be a healthy bounce. We close a daily candle below this yellow line. We're talking a big retracement, some type of black swan, and something's going on, and we're going back to 482, right? So if this market is healthy, if everything's going to go and continue to do what it's supposed to do, then we really need to see this get tight and break above $714 billion and then get that next move to take out that high. Otherwise, I don't know, the bulls are going to be in some trouble. So we're watching this very closely. We want to see total 3 break to the upside out of this tight pennant. There is some room there. The 2-day chart is kind of coming down, but we just want to make sure it makes that higher low and the daily is oversold. We want to make sure it bounces back to the upside. So things are looking, good because we got coiled up tight price action. Whenever the price action has been this coiled up, this is a very kind of similar move here. We got a huge move to the upside. So again, someone who's conservative could wait for us to break out and then retest 716 before they went all in. Or, I've already built my bags, right? And there's some things I'm adding to. And then there's the high risk addition right now in the tip. So we want to see where we can go. And the target here is about 1.04 trillion. That would put all the altcoins, excluding Ethereum, into $1 trillion market cap. It would be pretty much, that would be awesome, right? Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance as well. Bitcoin dominance, I like to throw in there and take a look. It bearishly retested, in my humble opinion, the bigger pattern, but the daily looks like it wants to break back inside. We could open it up and say it's in there, or we could even just say it wants to break back inside. Either way, it would have to pump back up again, right? I like to keep it out because it just gives us that extra idea. But it bounced off the 200 SMA. We have tight moving averages, and the stochastics say, hey, I'm pushing back to the upside. So this says, hey, Bitcoin's going to get tight, and then if Bitcoin can get tight inside here, and then boom, I mean, and if that's, if we get a rising wedge breakout for Bitcoin instead of a rising wedge, so it's really, if we get this, if this confirms bearish and we start to break and we lose the 200 SMA on the daily, it usually means that the price action is going to be dumping probably for Bitcoin and altcoins, right? What we'd want to see is some sideways price action and then, Bitcoin pump, lose dominance, and have the altcoins pump. There's a chance it's alt season and they start to rip. And we'll look at U.S. tether dominance for that. That will give us kind of some insight. But, I believe it will be all season once Solana breaks back above 200 too. Like, that's going to signal a pretty big move. But the idea is we want to see this get back inside this pattern on the daily. It looks bullish to me. Once it does that, you can kind of dismiss the bearish tones. And it's likely that this kind of rising wedge is going to break to the upside for Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance. So I'd still watch your altcoins. It doesn't show signs of like a perfect alt season, not just yet, right? We looked at this. This was basically a bear flag rising wedge, right? And we got rejected by the 200 on the daily. And we wanted to see, look, the stochastics came all the way back up again without us getting back above any key levels. We could pump up a little more and bearishly retest, but we don't want to see the dollar get back above 5.07%. Like we want to keep that ratio low at 4.57. Here, this is also a resistance. We want to make sure that resistance stays. And then as this dollar dumps, we want to continue further down. I'm waiting for the target down here at the circled area for U.S. tether dominance. This is a tether dominance, basically the dollar, but it's tether dominance, right? How many people want to be in tether as opposed to Bitcoin and altcoins? And there's so much opportunity in altcoins right now, even if the market's somewhat sideways. I see how the tether dominance could even slowly bleed. And you can see it has been slowly losing steam for the past month. We also look at the DXY, which is the dollar index. And we want to look at the dollar index because we just want to see how much money, maybe flowing into the DXY or flowing out of the DXY, right? If the DXY is pumping, it shows strong dollar, risk on assets, people are, so you want to, basically take off some risk when the dollar is pumping. When the dollar is dumping, people want to put on more risk, right? And that's kind of the story. So we want to see that, look, just like we wanted, the daily's kind of overbought and curving. Great. We double topped here. We didn't get back above the zone, and we want to make sure we bounce. But we want to make sure we lose that 200 MA. And look, this is kind of a shoulder, a bit of a head, a bit of a right shoulder. Pretty much a bearish pattern. There's your resistance. There's your resistance. There's your resistance. You couldn't break that resistance at 105. You fell further down. We want to see this daily candle break, and then maybe the next one or two candles close below the 200 and get a smooth move further to the downside. Break this neckline of that head and shoulder. And then really start the bigger move, which is out of this bigger shoulder, head, shoulder, further to here where I'm waiting for the target there at about 99.36 for Bitcoin. I mean, for the DXY, sorry, there's a mess up, right? But 99.36 for the DXY, that's what we're looking at, all right, for the DXY. And at the last thing that I like to throw in is just the S&P futures, just to see how the regular markets are looking. To me, it looks to me as if they're going to continue to print this money. I see a pump coming. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I really do see a pump continuing here for S&P. There's your cup and handle. The last time we had one of these, we blasted to the upside. I called it. It was beautiful. It's been an amazing move ever since. And then, I bet we even have hidden bullish divergence of some type, maybe even on maybe the 4-hour or the 8-hour. Let's just see. I mean, this swing up to swing up. That sharply swings down. That is some hidden bullish in my humble opinion. The 8-hour super bullish, tight moving averages. It says to me that when we open back up and this thing starts to go, the S&P futures are going to be ripping. Come up, even get tighter here. And similar to Bitcoin, do we get tighter in the channel and rip? And so we're suggesting a big move up until maybe, end of June into July. But the S&P futures looks very bullish to me. And even the dailies resetting, getting ready with a higher low, a cup and handle, a falling wedge, tight moving averages, And even that looks like the VRVP on the POC on the VRVP, which is the point of control, also sticking out there, which is very, coinciding with some key levels. So I like what I'm seeing here, and it's suggesting that the S&P is going to continue to pump to the upside. NASDAQ will probably look exactly the same. If we look at NQ, we should see that same structure, that cup with that handle. I made it a little bigger. We could make it a little smaller. The only thing about it is it's a little more tilted, right? And we may have a little more pullback. However, we do have this support zone, so we'll see what happens. This may come up a little more, something more like this. And it may go sideways up here like this and make the pattern in here. We'll see, but I'm bullish on the NASDAQ as well. But this one looks like it just needs a little more time to pull back and a little more space to consolidate for whatever reason. But they do end up running pretty much hand in hand. So if I'm going to get that pump in the S&P, I just don't see how we don't get a continuation move here for the NASDAQ. So I'm also bullish on the NASDAQ, but it looks like it needs a little more pandering, right? The price action needs a little more time to fill itself out inside of the pattern, right? Last but not least, I like to add Solana BTC and just kind of take a look at it, because as Solana begins to move, if the market's good, then Solana and Bitcoin will both run, and then Solana will likely outperform Bitcoin, right? So if Solana outperforms Bitcoin, to me, it kind of tells me that the market's doing pretty well, right? If they both dump, then, so if they both kind of start to move, I definitely want to start to pay attention. So I'm always looking at Solana BTC. Now that Solana's taken such a forefront, and it's kind of like the head real, it's really like people say watch Ethereum for alt season, but I mean, more people are buying Sol memes and getting into Solana. Like, I'd really watch Solana for alt season a little bit. Not saying I don't look at Ethereum, but it follows Bitcoin so closely. If we get a pump for Bitcoin, we'll get a pump for Ethereum. If we get a dump for Bitcoin, and Sol the same, but Sol has his own real ecosystem going, and a lot of other things kind of starting to pan out for it. So, I mean, I'm watching Solana here. I want to see it jump and get tighter inside this flag, and I think it's only a matter of time that SOLBTC begins to beat up, and one Bitcoin in this trade ends up doubling up here somewhere by September. It could take a while. I'm not saying it happened overnight, but it's something that I pay attention to. Everybody, that is your weekly macro technical analysis. We went over Bitcoin, total 3, Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance, the S&P futures, the NASDAQ, the dollar index, and SOLBTC. I hope you had a good time watching this. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. All right, thank you so much for doing that. That's what it's like to sit with me and do a live video, right? So if you were one of my buddies and we were hanging out, we'd be doing a live video. That's kind of how we would be doing, right? Now, some things I do more in depth. Some things are far more planned out. That's something I do every week, and I have an idea of what I'm doing. But God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. So we learned a lot about the monthly candle, and we can see the levels that matter. And to me, all that really what we want to see is we want to see that we break back above a key monthly area, right? Like, did everyone remember what we came up with tonight? Like, everyone's like, nah, dude, just didn't really want to listen to that, yo. Well, we came up with the fact is we don't want to close our next monthly candle below 61.5, and we'd really appreciate a close above 71.5. I know that's and I'm not saying you don't have to be a genius for that, but that's kind of what we learned. That's what we can. That's the information that we accessed just now. Is there a trade that I would take? Usually Friday night is not going to be your trade. I have to be honest. I'm not trying to be rude to anybody out there that's taking a trade right now, and maybe you'd be making some of the best gains of your life today, and I hope you are. I don't ever mean to hate or hurt anyone's feelings when I say something on the live. I think sometimes it can be misconstrued depending on how I say it. But what I do want to say is Friday's usually not your night, pal. You know what I mean? It's unlikely that Friday's going to be the one for you. And now it could be. YouTubers are not funny. Their comedy sucks, but you're funny, Sam. Seriously, you're good at comedy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Paul Wood. I don't know, man. I've never been that, I just want to make people laugh so they can live longer. You know, I've heard that when you laugh, you live longer, right? So like, I try to laugh as much as I can. Just, you know, so I don't have to take as much medication as the next guy. Or any medications, right? I'm not on any right now. I hope not to be on any. Interesting, when you look at the 1 hour, how nice this little flag, but look at that crazy, they wicked it down today, like mastery, insanity, right? That's definitely a liquidity grab and brought it back inside. Very interesting. And they did it almost twice today. Ugly status. Can you break back above the 200 SMA? Can we go back to the top of the range? Can the 1 minute hold and stay above the 200? And that's what we're really looking for Bitcoin, right? Your dry humor is hilarious and your voices are great. I crack up and now I always say, hey, over here. Hey, over here. What are you doing over here? Huh? I'm a kid of I grew up in the 90s, huh? You know, the gangster movies and all the baloney over here. And I'll beat you with a stick over here. Yeah, I shouldn't say that because now it gets trapped in the algorithm. But I ain't beating nobody with a stick. I'm just doing a little impression over here. We like sticks. We don't want to hurt sticks. Hey, get it? Oh, man. Inverted head and shoulder for sure. Wants to break to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if we got some money on that. On a bit of a scalp here, even on a Friday night. Master Friend, show me the money, baby. Show me the money on a Friday night. Master Friend dancing on the court, baby. The last 20 minutes today was an insane pump on the S&P. 1% window dressing. Shout out to Jeff Dager giving us the knowledge. I always do. Who's honking in that accent over here? Who's honking over here? Hey, Bitcoin going up and down. Hey, I'll legit. Why you gotta mess with me over here? I say it's going up based on the inverted head and shoulder. Look, had you played the last one? Remember, 1 minute inverteds are kind of messy, but they're there. Like, that's an inverted. And you take the length of the base of the neckline all the way to the head. And be greedy. Take the head all the way. That sounds really, 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 really... You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it, but it sounds, you know, a little gay. You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't mean to offend anyone, but I said take the head, you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, but you want to take the entire, you want to neck the entire head. You want to make sure the neck and the... Yeah. I just can't stop. I think it's a gay over here. I think it's a gay. No, but like, oh man. Yeah, we lost Gina, man. We'll get her back one day. But you know, and that says that's the lane. And look, that's exactly what happens. It's just so weird how like the algorithms play out over time, you know. So this one does suggest that we will get a move up to 67,945. Now, is there a guarantee? Nah. Go to the store and get me a pack of katanas over here. I smoke 16 katanas a day. I can barely breathe. I need an oxygen tank, but I still smoke my cigarettes. Hey, honey, give me a pack of Virginia Slims over here, can you? Shout out to everybody. We got a bunch of mini J Powells over here. Little money printers over here. Hey, you're doing a great job. Hey, kiddo. Shout out to Brandon K. Hey, Loish, I think I'm going to grow a beard. You got to transition from one to the next. Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up you. Hey, Loish, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, I did the Family Guy voice for years. Yeah, let's go drink a beer and hang out in Quahog. What, you got a problem? When I watch crypto, I watch the Crypto Lifer. Hey. Hey. My name's Mark Wahlberg, and it doesn't matter. I played a cop, I played a fireman, I played Dirk Diggler. I can do this. Sam, I told Tom Brady 10 times not to do it with that dude with the curly hair. I said, don't do it, Tommy, but he did it anyway. Tom, why'd you put your money with that dude? I told you, go with me on the Rock and Gala. We're going to make a bunch of money. But you didn't want to listen. To me, it really sounds like him, too. Like, even though I'm the one doing it, like, bugs me out. Like, oh, man, I took a laughing pill today, man. You guys got me going. It's these night streams, though. That's how it is at night. I'm definitely a different person at night. You know what I mean? Shout out to Satoshi Love at the house. Shout out to everybody here. We love everybody here on the live. Thank you. Is he really shilling Solana memes? That's funny, man. I know I have tears too, and I usually don't laugh so hard that I have tears in my eyes. That's a new one for me. Must be the heat. I blame it on the heat, and not the Miami Heat. I'm not crying for them. Sorry. I just, you know what? Ever since they beat us that I just can't. I'm still just like, how do we lose to the Heat? You know. Anyway, whatever's. You know, we're back in action. Things are going well. I'm gonna keep my move shoot. So look, this is what I look for though. This is a Sammy cup and handy right here. That's a money printer right there. I'm telling you. I know you don't believe me. You might actually. You probably do believe me though. That's the thing. That's the thing. You probably do believe me. Some of you, you know. Who believes me? Who doesn't believe me? Who knows what a money printer is? Who knows what it isn't over here? So, like, can we get this move further to the upside? Can we get to 67,660? You know what I mean? That's the level that we're trying to look for. Okay? That's why I'm sitting in gains, baby. Shout out to Twizzy in the house. All right. Now, if we get above the 200 SMA, we get a move, and then you can do this a little bit. You can kind of start cheating this little idea here. Get rid of the moving averages for a second for clarity. You got your bigger channel that we made. You fell out of it. We broke back inside. That's how I look at it. That's your shoulder inverted. You got the inverted head and shoulder in your, you know, pulling for you. You got 67.5. You know, if that's just a local supportive resistance area right here. Resistance, bounce. Not amazing. I'm not saying I'm going to trade this. I probably high likely won't. Friday night is not your night. I'm telling you. If you had a good week of trading, let's just say you pulled in a couple grand and you did one of your best weeks ever. And you're just feeling like because you had such a good week, you want to roll the dice. And tonight's the night that you want to maybe like go a little harder and risk like half the stack just because. It's usually the night you'll lose half the stack. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say you should be taking as financial advice, and you'll do whatever makes you happy. That's going to be a guarantee no matter what I say. That's what we found out about the human race. You're going to do whatever you want, regardless of what I say. Okay? Some of you will learn the hard way. Some of you will actually listen. I've met people that actually listen, which I can't believe. I find it amazing. No, I have one-on-ones with them, and I can just tell the way I talk. Like, they actually do listen. Like, they get disciplined. They start a trading journal. Like, they don't just throw all their money into leverage, you know. They do research. They listen, you know. They get a hardware wallet. I'm just amazed when people actually listen to me. You know, get yourself a hardware wallet today. I'm telling you right now, super important to get yourself a hardware wallet. Get a hardware wallet, dude. Make sure you got hardware, dude. All right, don't play games. But this is a Sammy Cup and Handy, and I am Samuel Cup and Handle. And you would think that when you watch me on my live stream, I would provide you with my trademark signature, which is my cup and handle, and you would like to see the cup and handle break out for gains in front of you, so you would know, okay, that's why they call that guy the Sammy Cup and Handy guy. That's why he's the Samuel Cup and Handle dude. Okay, now we see. When that big green candle comes for you and pumps hard on your short, when you're shorting and I call a cup and handle, you got to be like, wow. I get it now. I understand who this guy is. I figured it out now. The charts have told me. Okay. Sir, if it is hard, good. It means less competition. Amen. I think about that all the time. Buy the basic package for paid indicators, said Staz. Amen. Sammy is the YouTube GOAT. Shout out to Polly Wood in the house. I got a hardware wallet for my KENDU. When I saw the billboard going up in Times Square and the holder and the member count increasing rapidly, gotta stay safe. Funny how you flipped KENDU in there. I gotta give it to you. You can use Dex Greener. The VRVP is freezy. I like that. Look at him giving you the alfeezy of how to keep it freezely. That did play out though. I kind of did want to jump on in. All day I've been watching it. And another thing about this trade that made it hot is it broke above the 200 SMA. So not only did you have a cup and handle, but you had a cup and handle that broke out as price action did my secondary signal, or my primary signal. And so honestly, that doesn't happen. That's rare, where we get a cup and handle right where the 200 SMA breaks. This tells us we should very likely hit my target at 67.6 and go to the upside. It's just highly likely now. And it doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure. No. But it means it's highly likely. Enough for me to say it out loud so that it should happen and not make me look stupid. But you never know. Look at a dump on my face. You know. We'll see, though. That's just a move. We'll see what happens. Once you break a 200 SMA, but there we got kind of nothing. And we have been getting these nothing burger moves today. And it is a Friday night. So just be careful. Friday night, not everything goes so smooth. It's low volume. Just got approved for my Palau. Amen. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. God bless you. Thank you for being here. I just created the Bitcoin spider lines. And everybody, Master Friend's here. I asked him if he wanted to come, and he said, yeah, he's here. Come on, Master Friend. He's a little tall. I don't think he's going to fit the station, so we're going to do what we can. But he's here, and he wants to say hi. He flew all the way here. Is this thing working with the chart, eh? I can't even. I don't want everyone to mess with you, man. I love you too much. I can't do it. Bro. It's gonna come to you, bro. It's gonna come to you, bro. Shout out to everybody here on the line. You gotta play the model, bro. Gotta stick to the model, bro. Nice pan, Sammy. Thank you, man. You like the baby blue, right? I know you like that. I know you like that baby blue, man. Do the Jason Casper. That's your best hit. I can't believe I sound like that. No, you don't sound like that. You honestly don't. You need to adopt a frog now. It's so funny. Why? Hey. Look, there's that pump, man. Look, it tried to break it, but it didn't. It bounced off the 200 like it should. Look how much we dissect price action like all day long. And you can see it's getting tighter and tighter inside of this little flag, right? Look. That's kind of bullpen-esque, and that has a measured move, the base of the triangle now. I like this music. It's somewhat exploratory, like we're on a mission somewhere into the universe, and that's why I like it. Robert De Niro. Hey, you all shuck, You all shuck. Hey, you bunch of MAGA Trump haters. Oh, man. I actually really like Sammy Vibes. This is my first time watching, but I'm going to set alarms so I can keep watching in the future. Shout out to KENDU. We don't like profanity here. I don't use it, but God bless you, Kenny. We love you, and we thank you so much for your support and your love, man. That's so nice. Oh, class 1 minute, 20 May, cross the 200. Yeah, look, there's the pump. This was supposed to break out because it's a cup and handle, and I'm the man. And when I say it's supposed to do it, it's supposed to do it, so I don't look stupid. Okay? I don't know you knew that, but just in case you didn't know, like, when I tell the candles what to do, they're supposed to do it so I don't look dumb. All right? What? Like, that's just the facts. Look, and look, there you go. You're in the money now. I should have taken my own. Oh, oh, those are big candle. But that's oh my God, that's a big candle. But I'm telling you, man, I know when these things are going to happen, and I know how they happen, and I know where we're going to go. We're going to go right here to 67,650. We're going to make some gains right here. Yo, but I mean, come on, man. Look at the size of that candle out of nowhere. That's a big candle. Like, that's one of the biggest 1 minute candles we've seen since this one here. Just 20 minutes ago. That thing was huge. Oh my. Shout out to GF Burke in the house, man. Shout out to Suzanne Mata. Shout out to KENDU. Man, you guys are loving KENDU. I'm going to take a look at it. A lot of you guys have brought up KENDU all week, every day. KENDU, KENDU, KENDU. It's KENDU. It's got a $54 million market cap, and it is moving pretty nice. You had your retracement. You had your pump. And kind of like Bitcoin, like everything's following. See, like, you know, Bitcoin came up, came down. Like, so everything's in a rendition. Some of them are here, some of them are there, some are up here. But everything's in this rendition of that shoulder, head, and right shoulder, right? Some have pumped, some haven't. Some have come back down, some have retested. But for the most part, I will give you KENDU, you know, could be retesting here tightly, getting ready for a bigger move to the upside. There's just so many memes out there. What do? Just take 20K and buy 20, put $1,000 in every meme? I mean, or do you take 10K and put $2,000 in 10 and 5 memes? Or I just, you know, or do you go for no memes at all? I sprinkle when the market's good and ripping and I take profits and I have some extra money and things feel great. You know, I buy some memes that aren't pumping yet, or I throw into some things that no one's really talking about. But man, I do see how KENDU could get up to about 0.0001241. And I don't own any. I'm not part of the team. I have nothing about this coin. I'm just being an analyst, just a technical analyst. And you know, if it hits, you'd be like, wow, what you know? But that looks likely, right? Turbo had the big weekly move, and then it just continued. And now you kind of look at Turbo now, and it's hitting that resistance point, right? But even again, like everything else, the shoulder, the right, and then the recovery, like almost everything's. And so if Bitcoin makes the move, to me, we'll get sideways price action, and whenever you're looking, that's pumping, and then we'll get continuation. So yeah, maybe come down a little more, maybe get tight, just like Bitcoin's getting tight. And again, it will depend. If Bitcoin dumps, the whole market will kind of get slumpy, and the whole sentiment will change, and everyone will go, oh no, it's over again, right? And everyone will start saying 52K again, 53,000, you know what I mean? 40,000, 10,000. I told you, Amazon stock. That's what it is. It's Bitcoin. Look at this guy buying $11,000 worth of Turbo. Almost every day I look at it, I see someone buying tons of it. This guy sold 23,000, probably put some good money in there. I hope he took some profits. This guy buying $71,000. No lie. Look. Like, imagine putting 71 grand. Like, even I have some cake, but I don't know about putting 71 grand. I mean, that person really wants to make it happen. And they did it like 20 minutes ago. That's insane. That person's like, I'm going for it. Like, I liquidated everything. I'm going to put my whole account in this one coin. I'm done. I don't want to watch. I want to watch one project. You know, it did pump. It's now consolidating. I wouldn't be surprised if it does go up 160%. Make some gains here, but it's high risk. It could go to zero. It's got no utility. You got to be careful. You put in what you're willing to lose if you're getting into Turbo. All right. Anyway, like, I don't condone it. I don't not condone it. You just, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. So let's take a look at JASMY. JASMY, baby. JASMY. Wow. JASMY just did a beautiful pump to the upside. Swelled it, right? Eventually I see it going, but when we first had it, we did see going to 3.5. That was our initial area for JASMY. All the way from that 1.6, it did a beautiful move to the upside. And I'm personally in JASMY. I got a bag. I got a big old bag of JASMY. I do. I got a big old bag of JASMY, baby. And I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready for this bull run? Because I don't think you've seen nothing yet. None of us have seen anything yet. It's going to be big. It's going to be real big. I'm telling you right now. Well, then I wanted to grab one thing that I needed. There it is. But jump on into, if you want to join, you can go to mexc.com and jump on in. take you to the awesome website. If you want to jump into cryptolifer.com, hit the first link, take you to cryptolifer.com. And if you want to join our weekly newsletter, I'd greatly appreciate that too as well. And I Trust Capital. I'm really ENS 4 hour. I'm glad I could move it to a sex finally and get it and get out of it. Which one are you talking about now? What a day it is, huh? Is it Friday night? Is it really Friday night at 8:53? And shout out to, Master Friend got into JASMY super early. And look, I just want to talk about this. And again, Sam's talking about his awesome gains again while he puts down Casper. And that was so funny. But look, I don't like to be the guy that's like, hey, the coin's pumping, so we talk about it now. When we talk about the coin, we go over when we went over it, how we went over it, what we talked about, and what we saw happening, right? And so I saw a bull flag on the 3-day chart for JASMY. And I could see this thing making a move to 4-1, right? And even yesterday, we did say 3-5, right? I remember 3-5 sticking out. But if we go back in time, then I even saw this little flag, right? Yesterday or whatever. And that's on the 7-minute. And we just projected the flag. I said, project the flag. We'll see what happens. And then it pumps, right? Now it made another little flag. You see that? Which is interesting. And I wouldn't be surprised if JASMY continues to cook up to 3-8 into tonight, right? But shout out to anyone that jumped into JASMY. But if you looked at JASMY, so I put out that 3-day flag a long time ago, right? I put it out on May 5th, right here. How did I know? Number one, I'll tell you why. I'm going to explain to you why I knew this was likely going to pump, all right? And I'm going to explain to you one more time. I've done this many times. You should record this. This is going to be a gem of gems, all right? All right. And Bitcoin hit the target as suggested, exactly like it was supposed to. Look at that. That cup and handle nailed it. And then this little flag even hit for gains. You see that? And we hit 67,600, just like we said we would, 650, just like we told you we would. We said we were going to hit 67,650 because that's where the cup and handle, right? That's what the cup and handle really wants. 658, fine. We went to what, 620 or something? We went to 623. I was off by $30 so far. We could still hit it though. But that's just, I just predicting live price action in front of you. While I may be making the jokes, I may be making, but the whole time my mind is exactly on what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? Like I know exactly what I'm focused and disciplined on. And that's my charting. That's my life. That's what I do. I'm here with you every single night, every single day. It does not matter. I don't stop. All right. We don't have to trade it every day to learn from it. All right. And I know if you just came in and you saw this, it looks like spaghetti and you'd have no idea what's going on. But if you really dissected it with me, you'd see, well, there's the Sammy cup and handy. This was another little cup with a handle. You see that? That also hit its target. Cup and handle right there. If you pull fibs, you'll see these are 786 fibs. You can almost bet on it because that's how the cup and handle makes. Look, 786 right there, bounce. That's money printer right there. And then you don't even need to get on that. You could wait for the confirmation of the other trade that I talk about. Whereas we just wait for price action to get above the 200 and we buy. And then we take gains when we get the stochastics gets high and then we're out. Done. Replicate that, 7-8 times. You go after that 20 times a week, you should hit it 16, 15 times. Maybe get stopped out here and there. They pissed me off today because they got me, I think, on this one. I longed like right here and then I went to lunch. Stop loss like somewhere right there. And I came back home and we ripped out of the 200 like we would. And then I saw they had jammed me right there, man. They got me. They got me. Exactly where I bought. Thank you, master friend. Amen. Mom, spaghetti sauce, you ain't right. You're funny. And BIRDDOG came to play. Yo, everyone keeps talking about BIRDDOG. That's like the 4th time I heard BIRDDOG today. So BIRDDOG keeps coming out to play, apparently. When it comes to memes, I do the TA and I look at them, and I may look for a good TA area. But for the most part, I just, if I think it's hot, I'm in and I let it sit. You know? BIRDDOG's got a $6 million market cap, and it ripped today. Got that lock liquidity. It's interesting. This one may have legs for whatever reason, and it's continuing to rip, and it's very, very, you know, just came out 3 days ago, 4 days ago. I don't want this to be the meme channel, but it's somehow, you know, it just, I go over what's ever hot in cryptocurrencies. Sometimes it happens to be a little memey, you know. But I wouldn't be surprised if this thing continues to pump to a penny. BIRDDOG, man, on the Solana, right? Yeah, and there's some JASMY and Apple talk, am I wrong, right? And look at where it can go from where it's been. Like, can you believe it? Like, what if we get back to a $2 or $3 JASMY and we hit at that all-time high? I mean, imagine. Imagine if we have no idea what this bull run really, and we go on some, like, these are just the beginnings. Because usually you don't really see what the bull run really has until way later on in the bull run. I think we've all been, just because we saw some 10Xs, 20Xs, AOYZ went from like 3 cents to, you know, 60 or 80 cents or something, 89 cents, you know. Oh yeah, but what I wanted to show you is I'm going to show you Bitcoin. And if you look at BTC, USD, let's just say anywhere, Kraken. And, you know, again, it's kind of like this right now. Like, we want to see this flag break to the upside. Like, Bitcoin's got to pump. And kind of, look, this is a bit of a cup and handle too for Bitcoin. But this is what I want to show you. Just listen. I wouldn't be surprised if, and we're so close to that all-time high. Those moving averages are so close, telling us something's about to pop so hard right now. And Bitcoin's holding a supportive resistance. That's why I have a big long open, you know, I have a big long open with a stop loss below here on the USD pair, right? Because I just think it's only a matter of time we get a move, right? Yeah, I saw Eminem during the Celtics game. There was a commercial, I believe, for Crypto.com, and it was Eminem's voice. It didn't show his face, but it was Eminem's voice for sure. And I was like, all right, now he's getting involved. And you know, once you have money, you research and you find out what's going to be hot, and you get paid to, you know, talk about, you know, and you don't even have to be, some people are horrible at it, and they take money from anybody, but some people only research what I think they think is hot. So you never know, right? When it comes, you know, to the celebrity shilling, I just want to see that flag. Anyway, what I want to show you about when I'm charting anything in the world is this phenomenon here. Stochastics go up and down, but eventually what they'll do is they'll come up. They'll pump, and eventually you'll get overbought. And you'll know that you have to revisit the 21 and make a flag. I just know this. And you'll make the flag, and the stochastics will reset. And when that happens, you're ready to go. And I've retested it, back-tested this, seen this on multiple things. It's another reason why I knew we were going to pump here. Because I used the stochastics RSI, and when we came up, they got too high. We reset them, and they started to curve, and we were flat. Bitcoin, 99% chance you're going to pump there every time that happens, right? So you bring this same idea to JASMY on the 3-day. You got overbought. You reset down on the stochastics sideways. I knew when I fed this chart out there, there was like a 95% rate that I was going to win this trade. That's why my money's in JASMY. That's why I made the money. I made gains. And we've been in JASMY early bird style. So like we're in JASMY, like, you know, at least a 4X now. I was talking about JASMY, the whole bear market in this area. So anyway, you do whatever makes you happy, and I'll teach you how to use technical analysis to make. And again, once it broke the 3-day 200 SMA, you even have to even front run it. But once one candle closed above it right there, just one, Once this candle closed right here, clean above, that was the entry with the stop loss below, and you would never look back on JASMY. I'm telling you, man, my strategies are foolproof. You can test them, put them on multiple time frames, trade them all around the world on multiple assets. It does not matter. We are here to show you the world, man. Join my trading group. Stop playing games with yourself. I'm telling you right now. Shout out to Buck Nasty in the house. God bless you, man. I know it's not a coin here, but Turbo is going to pump with the BTC, or it's time to bounce for a top 10. I already talked about everything I could say about Turbo. You do whatever makes you happy. I do like base chain. Yeah. JASMY front running BT. I think it did that one other time too before. But I see JASMY continuing. And I'd watch the smaller time frames like the 7 minute. Continues to run it up and run amok. Anyway, JASMY. And then look, this shoulder, head, right shoulder. Beautiful inverted head and shoulder for Bitcoin. Suggests that we're about to go to the moon. See that? So we hit the cup and handle. We can get rid of that for now. We can, look how many worlds I can build with TA. I can be and it's all in my mind. It's how creative I can be. If my mind suits, so it's like, I know it's the more genius and everyone has genius in them. So when I use the word genius, I'm not excluding you. Every one of you has genius in you. But use your genius, your inner genius, to do things most people wouldn't do. Like, that's an inverted head and shoulder. That's 68% chance that's going to make a move up. 70% chance that's going to pay me on any day. And then we have this, we know this is likely going to break out right now to the upside. And then we have the tight moving averages. Then we have the 80 crossing, the 100 crossing the 200. These are bullish signs. There was a golden cross right there. We know this is our neckline of resistance. We know we need to break back above 67.7, 67.650 area. Can we do it is the question. But there's some bullish sign now, and then I always have to remind myself it's Friday night, and we may not get the follow through. All right. My mom always told me I was special. She was right. She was right. Base is hot right now, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yo, man. Yo, chow, man. Shout out to the 671 people here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. If you like the show, if I made you laugh, if you guys said I was as funny as I was, but then you didn't even hit the like button, what's going on with that? Sam, you funny, but you know what? I ain't gonna hit that like button, though. You whack, though. Shows ETH will hit a 3,500 level normally when there's more to the upside. The extension is shorter. Longer time frames still have red dots confirming. Opinion. Possibly. We haven't hit alt season yet, and retail is nowhere to be found. It's about to get juicy. I think retail's been around, man. Sam, how do you stop dunking? I mean, honestly, I watched a documentary on how amazing that dude is. Since he was a kid, he knew more about basketball by the time he was 9. When he was 9, he played against 15. When he was 15, he played against 18. When he was 18, he was playing against when he was 18, he was winning pro leagues in Europe, just dominating. The guy's unbelievable, man. He's got a heart of gold. He's a warrior, bro. Anyway, pretty amazing. You always make my day better. You have a really good mood, and it's contagious. Thank you. God bless you, brother. Thank you. Sam, what do you think about 1 inch? Honestly, why not feel good about life? If I can feel good about life, then you should too. I go live every single day, 7 days a week. Think about that. That's and you can say, oh, it's only 2 hours a day. But I got to be there. I got to be up. I got to be ready to go. I can't just blow that day off and make, today I'm not feeling it. Today no, not today. I can't do that. That's not an option for me. And I'm up every day and I love it. And I created something out of thin air that I got to keep pushing for every single day. It'll disappear the second I got to keep pushing every single day. So I keep hitting the algorithm. I keep showing up. I keep doing my part. Right? And you guys keep doing yours as well. So thank you. What do I see happening tonight for Bitcoin? I see sideways price action and some chop. What you don't want to see, or what we need to see really, is we need to see the 7 minute recapture of that 200 SMA. If that doesn't happen, we're just floundering, expect more downside. All right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I'll be back, Sammy. I love your show. You gained a lifelong fan today. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. I think that's the point. We want to connect. We want to get to know you. We want to find out who you are. I want to come visit you and know more about you and your family. And, you know, I really like meeting the subscribers and the people that the algorithm brings. I find it an amazing experience. So I'd love, that's what I really like about the algorithm is I get to meet people. I've met so many of the people in real life through the YouTube algorithm that, and we have good times. We get to know each other. It's, I'm going to be doing a Lifer meetup pretty soon here in Sarasota. I got the idea today. We're going to start putting it together. So I can't wait. I'm excited. All right. Let me know if you ever come to Tahoe. Yeah, and I have another good friend in Tahoe too, which is awesome. He runs, if you really want to talk to another lifer, go over to the Tahoe Cash. There's an alpaca store in Tahoe. Type in Tahoe alpaca. And this is my buddy here. He's a fellow lifer. He'll probably hook you up with a discount, man. Hey, what's up, bro? I'm a lifer. You guys might have a lot to talk about. And he both in Tahoe. You can call or text right now and say what up. I'm just saying. But Alpaca Exotic Imports. Find out today. And that's in your hometown of Tahoe, my man. And that's a lifer right there waiting for you. You guys could start a Lifer chapter right there. All right. Shout out to Suzanne Matta. Jump into the channel. Subscribe. We appreciate it. On our way to 65,000 subscribers. We're at 64.4. Ripping. And we want to break 70,000. Can we do it? I know we can. All right. Yeah. But that's about all I got for tonight. You're a blessing to the trading community. We appreciate everything you do for us. Shout out to David. We love you, man. We're family over here. Amen. Your work is a blessing from God to us all. Amen. Thank you. That's nice of you to say. Many of you, I'm just so blown away by the people that there's so many nice people in the world. On the 9th, it's my 3rd year anniversary here. Tori, I love you, man. God bless you for being with me for 3 years. And as I end tonight, I'd like to end on one thing. Joe Biden did veto the bill that would have let highly regulated financial firms custody Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, citing concerns about consumer and investment protection. The decision, which maintains the status quo, has been met with criticism from the crypto community and some lawmakers who argue that it hinders innovation and adoption of cryptocurrency. It had a bipartisan support in Congress from both parties, but it wasn't going to happen. All right. But this is amazing. This is Hanan Sarwar. I've been in the group for about 6 weeks, which isn't that long, right? You got it, And it's without a doubt, bar none, the best investment I've made in my life. That's amazing. 6 weeks, but I expected to go months with losses before seeing any hope of an edge or success, but I legitimately got to skip leaps and bounds learning from Crypto Lifer and Master Friend, my buddy. Seriously, if you want to learn how to make money in this game and not gas out and die in a few weeks, pay both of these men for their education and do not sleep on Master Friend. I went from being dazed and confused looking at price charts to genuinely feeling like I can read and guess how price is going to move. There's miles of improvement ahead of me, but the path is well lit and comfortable from this vantage point because the guides I've chosen are well equipped to help me get there. Within 6 weeks, I've earned about $14,000 total. I had a big chunk of starting capital, but still. And every day I feel myself getting exponentially better than the day before. There are a few things on the internet that can purchase that are worth even 1% of what you pay for them. To earn information of this caliber for peanuts is nothing short of a miracle. Count yourself lucky to be here. Buckle down, prepare to study. But you can do so with faith that your teachers aren't scumbags. They genuinely want you to succeed, and this is a rare thing. There are opportunities in your life that you simply cannot let yourself skip out on, and this is one of them. And then if you look here, he shows you all his wins. Every single one of the wins and how they add up over time. That's pretty crazy. Just more and more and more and more and more. And never losing. Just win after win after win after win after win. Anyway. So just this is kind of the idea here behind my trading group. And there's so much knowledge in here that you can't find anywhere else. All right. But that was an amazing, that testimonial blew my mind. And I definitely was going to, you know, one of those ones that really, really, really got me going. So everybody, I'm going to jump out of here for the night. I love you. I appreciate you. I might come back. You know what? I was going to do a test run, honestly. You want to sit here for a test? We could do a test here. Hold on one second. Always trying new things here, and I might as well run a test here with each and every one of you while we're here together. But I got a pro webcam here, just a different cam. And I just want to see, just want to see the difference here if I put this one on. I want to get rid of artifacting once and for all. It's not bad, but I'm some guy that goes for I like things to be the absolute best, you know? And even if other people think it's cool, to me, it's always gonna irk me a little bit, you know. The only thing is I don't know if I have the actual let me see here. See if this is gonna work for us. But what I'm doing is I'm adding another camera, so just bear with me for a second. A Logitech 4K, right? I use a giant XLR, and that's the one I'm eventually going to use. I just wanted to see, I'm doing a troubleshooting thing, right? And I'm about to leave the stream anyway, so I figured, hey, why not? We could kind of troubleshoot together, right? Me and you here live. Sorry, 1 second. But I'm a doer, man. I just get it done if I got to get it done, all right? And we did a lot too tonight. We went over the macro analysis. We did the macro candle close, the weekly candle close. Like, I mean, I just felt like you guys deserve a break too. I mean, it's been amazing. So we can just chill for a second and rest our minds and be at ease, right? And okay, we don't switch that Logitech. Now, the one thing is I gotta get it to a place where it makes sense for me. Could be a little shaky. So I have another camera now. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add it on. Apologize if this is bothering you. But let's just see. I'll call it new. Add source. Yeah, Logitech Brio, right? There it is there. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, they always they got that extra big. It's always the case with those. Side is dark.
And now what I want to do is I want to hit filters, copy filter, and then I'm going to paste the filter. Watch this. Right? And now I'm yellow. And I just want to see if this is going to do the same thing that the other camera was doing. Or if I have no buffering now. Maybe we've found a solution. You never know. You know what I mean? It's going to move a little bit because it's like the camera's a little like, I'll get it on like a tripod and get it more shaky. It's on like a monitor right now, and there's a monitor in front of it that almost hits it. But yeah, I mean, this is 4K too. This should be higher resolution and better off. Let me just talk to this, I want to talk to each and every one of you and see what you guys say. And we'll have to white balance and all that fun stuff, right? Better quality overall for sure. That seems perfect. I might take it up by Pala. It's 100% better than before. I'm walking here. Damn, get out of here. I'm walking here. What are you walking for? I already saw the compression. Same. Yeah. I can see your undershirt now. Yeah, now you can see my undershirt, right? Yeah. Wow, your colors are not muted anymore. Better quality. I can see your hair move. Right currency. Heaps better. Definitely better. Way better. You got skin. Looks better. Interesting. Oh yeah, then we have to do the same thing here. Copy. Go to the Citadel. Paste. Snatchy. I told you, I'm a video engineer over here, man. I do it on the fly. And I'm flipping. It seems to do pretty good too with the green screen. See, I was always worried about webcams with the green screen, but that's pretty good. You look more Mao. Yeah. I look hotter, right? I look sexier, don't I? Yeah, just be honest. It's okay. You can say it. No, I'm just messing with you. And for the ladies out here, right? All the ladies. And I'm a married man, so it doesn't matter, right? Looks good. Compression is the same. A compression here too, though, still. The only thing about this camera, though, is it'll never look as crispy, I feel like, as the other. It actually looks pretty crispy. Damn, that is pretty crispy. You can, like, see all the hairs on my face. Anyway, we'll see, man. We'll see. It is clear, I think. Looks clean. It's like a fire. I think that's what he's saying. Way more crispy. Way crispier. Like Rice Krispies, right? Yeah. Like Rice Krispie treats. Yeah. Autofocus is on. It's bounce focusing. It shouldn't do that though, because it really doesn't have. It shouldn't have that capability. It should just be just kind of flat, you know. But yeah, cool. We may run with this. You never know. Looks okay. Seems like it's doing its thing. I just want to see if there's the compression when I move. That's what I'm like. Now, is there compression? There's usually not. Like, say I was like, hey, let's talk about karate crypto. Did anyone watch the fights last night? I did. I always watch the karate combat fights. They were awesome. J-Chain, man. This guy knocked this dude out. Right. This is pretty good. So nice. This dude hit him hard right here. He hit him hard. He got up pretty quick. But yeah, and then J-Chains, I mean, even, Joe Rogan was there, man. Like, Joe Rogan was there. Like, pretty crazy, right? Jack Diesel, Joe Rogan. Pretty crazy, right, to see. Anyway, and then Ross Levine did his last fight of his life. He kicked this dude in the head and knocked him out cold. This kick to the head was so epic. That dude was done. But karate crypto's growing, man. It's getting bigger. First we got Boss Rutan. Look, we got Joe Rogan in the building. Pretty cool, man. Right? You got, You got my man Loudmouth with Joe Rogan. Yeah, just, you know, like these are people I know. And then Mario, who's there too, who's like the king of all all basically X spaces on Twitter. And it's just interesting to see how small our circle is. Like the crypto space is you know, it's known, but it's not that big. And we're starting to infiltrate kind of the next, you know, it's interesting to see what's going on with crypto. So only a matter of time. I was talking about this email I got 8 years ago. 1 week ago, for NIA alerted its members in a blog post about Bitcoin, pointed out that Google's search interest for Bitcoin in Venezuela and Nigeria had exploded to all-time highs. And gold rose to record highs in their currencies as well. And this was when Bitcoin was about $531 and had exploded. I was getting emails about it when it was like $300. When I first learned about Bitcoin, it must have been $250, $300. You know? And this guy's screaming, it's going to be $6, and then it would eventually pump to 675, and I thought I was late. You know what I'm saying? So the people that think they're late, there's always so much opportunity in life. If you believe that you are the opportunity, you'll find it. It'll find its way to you somehow. Like I found, how did I get this email? If that's not a blessing in life, you tell me. All right. And then I was able to understand cryptocurrency, research currencies throughout the world, get an education about how they print money to zero, understand what they do at the Federal Reserve, understand how we live in a Ponzi scheme, you know what I mean? Just kind of put it all together for myself and realize that I could get myself wealthy if I did what everyone else wasn't doing. Anyway, I'm out for the night. I just want to kind of double check this stuff and see what's going on. Go back to the charts one more time. I want to see the daily pump out of this flag to the upside. Get a nice little move here and continue further to the upside. That's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. But everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful, gorgeous, unbelievable, amazing blast of a live stream. I'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll double it up just like we did today. Hey, don't think what you were thinking. Don't do that. Hey, that's, get your mind out of the gutter there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. Stay crypto. And we're out just like that.